Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie. So today I'm going to be doing a one brand look, and that brand is Revolution. So I do want to do some more one brand looks on my channel. The next one brand look I'll do will probably be a while away, but Revolution was the only brand that I had in my collection where I felt like I had a product for every single thing. So hence we're going to do a one brand Revolution today. I want to do L'Oreal, Maybelline, brands like that, Elf probably. I will get around to them eventually. I feel like the next one I'll do is probably L'Oreal because I'm quite eager to do that. So we might as well get started. As per usual, I'm going to start with my eyes. So let's make a base. I'm going to use the Revolution Conceal and Define, the original one, not the infinite one. I've got a supersized one here. This is C1, the shade. And I'm just going to use that to make a base for eyeshadow. So they do have pretty good coverage. They're not like 100% full coverage, just because I can still see my veins a little bit. But they are pretty good coverage. I do think they had like decent concealers. They're just not my like all-time favourites. I've tried quite a few Revolution powders. The only one I actually have in my collection at the moment is the this is the Conceal and Define Satin Matte Powder Foundation in 0.2. I've tried quite a few Revolution powders, but I don't know, I feel like I've never really gotten along with Revolution's powders that much. This one's not too bad. It's not my favourite powder, but it's okay. It does have a little bit of coverage, which is nice. It is, I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit cakey looking, but I mean, it's a powder. I kind of expect all powder foundations to be a bit heavy looking, to be fair. So I'm going to use that to set that concealer down. For eyeshadow, I have quite a lot of palettes from Revolution in my collection. So I've got Soph's palette, I've got Tammy's palette, I've got Kami's palette, I've got the Shook palette, I've got the Neutrals versus Neutrals, the really old one, love that. What else have I got? I've got about 3 I Heart Revolution ones, like one's avocado, the rainbow one, Turkish Delight one. I have quite a lot of Revolution palettes, so I was kind of spoiled for choice really. A lot of people do slag off Revolution eyeshadows, and I will admit I have found a few duds here and there, like I think it's called the Monster Mattes. I really did not like that one. I feel like most of the ones I have in my collection that I really like. I decided today I'm going to use the Tammy X Revolution palette. I just felt like using this one because I haven't used it in a while. And I'm going to do like a coppery sort of look today. It's not going to be anything too elaborate. I personally rate Revolution eyeshadows. I mean, I don't think they're like completely consistent. I have found some that aren't so good, but I do feel like overall they make good eyeshadow palettes. But I think it's the fact that if you literally go on the Revolution website, go on the eyeshadow palette bit, there's probably like about over 200 on there. So I mean, like, of course there's going to be some bad ones. I'm starting with this sort of yellow tone brown shade here, and I'm going to put that through the crease to start with. Next I'm going to use this browny red sort of shade here, and that's going underneath. I'm going to use the matte black in the outer third, this one here. So I'm going to use the white goldy shimmery shade up here, and I'm just going to put that under my brow bone. So going back to the Conceal and Define, I'm going to use that to do a cut crease. In my cut crease, I'm going to use this shade here, which is a sort of coppery one. Really pretty. I'm going to put that over most of that cut crease. Then I'm going to use this darker coppery shade here, which has a massive dent in it for some reason, and put that on the rest of the crease. I mean, those shimmer shades are like stunning. I mean, just look at that. So I'm just going to go back to the matte shades I've already used, the blacks, the browns, and just do a bit of blending. I'm just going to quickly finish off the other eye because you don't need to see me do that twice. Okay, so that's the eyeshadow done. So for eyeliner and the waterline, I've got the I Heart Revolution. I think it's called the multi-liner. It's the one that looks like a pen and it's got the different bits that you push down. So you've got like a black one, a nude one, a brown one. I'm pretty sure Revolution Pro has a kohl pencil and I think I have tried it. But I decluttered it for some reason. I think it might get just dried up or something, or I'd fucked it up sharpening it, I don't know. But I think it was okay. But this little multi-liner is actually quite cute, and it does work pretty well. Like, the pigment's pretty decent, so I'm using the black one and putting that on my waterline. And then I think I might put the brown one on my lash line. See, for a product that's quite gimmicky, it works pretty well. As you can see, it's quite pigmented. It doesn't feel really uncomfortable to apply. So I'm going to push down the brown bit. And I'm going to put a little bit of that on my actual lash line as well. Just to go with this whole sort of browny, coppery look. So I don't have a liquid liner from Revolution. I have tried the Renaissance Flick one back when it came out. I assume they still make it. I think they still make it, but I remember really liking that. But I think my sister nicked it from me. But I think I would rebuy that at some point if they still make it. So they do have a good liquid liner. I've not tried any of the others though, I don't think. I know they have quite a few. So for mascara, I've only got one mascara from them in my collection, and that is the Big Lash XL Volume 1 that they came out with recently. So they've come out with actually quite a lot of mascaras recently. I don't know which ones to try. I do want to try the blowout one that's got like cannabis something or other in it, just because that one does have really good reviews. See, the thing is, I went on the Revolution website and I saw that this one had like quite a lot of good reviews, and I was like, really? Because I don't think this is that good. I don't really like it, to be honest. So now I'm just like, do I trust reviews or not? Because clearly I feel like those reviews were wrong. They've got quite a lot of mascaras, and I do want to try. I'm probably going to end up trying a few of them anyway, regardless. The original Revolution one, I do remember trying that when it came out, and I do think I quite liked that one. Like, that one actually had some impact. There was a lot of volume with that. This one, I just feel like it's called the XL Volume. It's got this massive wand, but it just really does not give much volume at all. However, I do actually have some false eyelashes from Revolution, so I think I may try and use those just because this isn't going to give me what I want for my lashes. I've got the natural lashes, number 3 undercover, but I've also got another pair that are in here. I just threw away the box of the other one. I don't remember which ones are which, to be honest. But we'll sort the lashes out at the end of the video, but I am going to just put a bit of the mascara on. See, I just don't really feel like it does an awful lot. It gives a bit of length, but it just doesn't have any thickness or any volume to it. It's just a bit meh, really. But I do want to try some of their other mascaras because just because one's bad, it doesn't mean that they're all going to be bad. And as I said, the original Revolution one they came out with last year, I think, I really liked that one. Okay, so moving on to the base. So for primer, the only one I have in my collection at the moment is the Revolution Glass Liquid Skin Illuminating Skin Primer that I tried recently. I'm just trying to think, have I tried many others? I tried a blue one, I think it was called the Star Primer, last year at some point, and it smelled like absinthe. It was a bit meh, really. It didn't really do an awful lot, but it wasn't a bad product at the same time. But like, if you don't like the smell of absinthe, I would not recommend buying that one. And I don't know if they still make it anyway. This one's nice. I'm not in love with it. It doesn't do anything extraordinary, but it does give you a little bit of dew. And this one smells really nice. It smells like some sort of sweet in a pick and mix, and I don't know which one, but it's incredible, whatever it is. So let's pop some of this on. It is very runny, be careful when you apply this. I recommend doing it like a bit at a time instead of putting it all on at once, because it will literally drip everywhere. Okay, so foundation. I have decluttered the majority of my Revolution foundations. I decided to keep this one though. This is the original Conceal and Define one. This is definitely my favourite Revolution foundation out of all of them, because I personally prefer a more matte finish, so I didn't really love the Conceal and Hydrate that much. I don't think it was terrible, but I just prefer the original Conceal and Define. This has really grown on me. I feel like I kind of just slept on it for a while, but now I'm actually really starting to like it. I just really like the finish of it. The only kind of issue I really have with it is it's not the longest wearing on me. It certainly doesn't wear really badly, but it's just I've found foundations that wear a lot better on me. But I really like the coverage and I really like the finish that this foundation gives. So yeah, I've got F1. The shade isn't a perfect match. I probably would rebuy it in a different shade, but I would quite like to use this up before I rebuy one. But I can make it work. It's just the undertones are a bit, well, they're sort of neutral, but they just don't match my neck particularly well, but it is quite light. Anyway, let's get to applying. Yeah, I just really like the matte finish that it has. I don't feel like it looks super cakey, which is nice. I just really like it, and I think it has decent coverage as well. I think it's a good foundation, just wish it wore a little bit better. That's my only complaint. For concealer, I'm going to switch up to the Infinite Conceal and Define ones. So I've got 0.2 and 0.3, so I'm going to use 0.2 under my eyes to brighten. And then I'm going to put 0.3 on my nose and around my mouth, just a tiny bit darker. Okay, and for powder, again, this is the only Revolution powder I have, the Concealer Define Satin and Matte Powder Foundation. And again, I have tried a few Revolution powders, but I can't remember any of the names of any of them right now. And I've never really found them particularly great, to be honest. But I'm going to use this one to just set my whole face down. Alright, so that's the base all sorted, so moving on to cheeks. So the bronzer I'm going to use is the Bronzer Reloaded Holiday Romance. This is actually a really nice bronzer, I really like it. One of my faves, I would say. So I'm just going to pop this on in the usual spots. It's quite subtle, but I personally like a subtle bronzer. Highlighter, I'm going to use the Revolution Pro Supreme Highlighter and Ice, which is a little trio. I got quite a few Revolution highlighters. This is one of my favourites. But if I'm being honest, this shade here is probably the one I use the most, almost all the time. I'm going to use the pink one here just to mix it up a bit, but I do feel like this sort of goldy one in the middle is like the most sort of wearable out of these. I think they do have this in different colours, so I might see there is a another colour selection that's a bit more like kind of natural looking, as opposed to the sort of blue and pink kind of holographic sort of thing, which I used to be really into, but I've sort of gone off it now, hence why I kind of use the more goldy one in the middle most. But I'm going to use the pink one today. It is still really nice, it's just I feel like I've kind of gone off this sort of thing, but I still like it. But I feel like the goldy one's just a bit more natural sort of looking, kind of meshes into the skin a bit better. Okay, for blush I'm going to use the Blushing Hearts Triple Baked Blusher. I think this might be discontinued because I did just use it in a pic from my kit, and I think I couldn't find a link for it, although I might have. I honestly can't remember. But the other blush I have from them is also discontinued, so didn't really have much to go from here, but it looks like this. It's called Bursting with Love, the shade. It's really pretty, but I think it's discontinued. I can't remember actually. I feel like I might have found a link to it, I'm not sure. But I feel like I should definitely try one of the more recent blushes from Revolution. Okay, so moving on to brows. I think Revolution does have some good like micro brow pencils, but when it comes to gels, I'm not obsessed with their gels. I'm just going to use the original Revolution brow gel, but I've got the one that's got cannabis in it as well as the Revolution Pro one. Actually, no, I think I declared the Revolution Pro one, but they are all literally the exact same product. Yeah, I don't really like these that much. They're not terrible, but the Revolution Pro micro brow pencil was really good, as well as the original Revolution micro brow pencil, which I'm going to use today. This one here. So I've got this one and the Revolution Pro one. Micro brow pencils from Revolution are absolutely fine, but I really don't get along with the gels, but that's all I got to use today. So let's get off all the excess, which is a problem I have, that it has a load of excess, and I'm just not into like these super pigmented, covered in product brow gels. I just like something subtle. Alright, there we go. So I'm just gonna brush this through my brows. Okay, and now using the Revolution micro brow pencil, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It literally just has Revolution written on it. The shade is dark brown according to the wiggle sticker up here. It just says brow pencil on the sticker. But yeah, this is pretty decent. I like it. It's a good micro brow pencil. So I'm just going to use this to get a bit more definition. I have also got the Revolution soap brow thing, which is literally just a bit of soap. So I'm just using a spoolie and I'm going to brush through my brows. Okay, so back to the eyes. I'm going to use the same brownie shade that I started with. Throw some of that under the lower lash line. Then I'm using the same Ready Brownie shade again and putting more of that on. I'm going to use the more goldy shade in the Revolution Trio and put that in my inner corner. Okay, and I'm going to put some more mascara on my bottom lashes. Okay, and for lips, I have quite a few like matte bullets from Revolution that I really like, but today I'm going to use one of the, I think they're called New Neutral Satin lipsticks is what I want to say the name is. This is the shade Cashmere. They're the ones that have the gold leopard print packaging. This is just a kind of brownie nude. I'm just going to pop that on my lips. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera, dry my hair, do something with it, and attempt to put the false lashes on, so I'll be back shortly. Okay, we're back. Finished look. I put the false eyelashes on. I used the more volumizing ones. I can't remember the name of them, but I'll put a link to what they are below. Yeah, I'm really bad at putting false lashes on. I tried to put some of the black eyeliner from the multi-liner over it to get it to blend in a bit. I mean, to be fair, I've applied them worse. I tried that technique of putting the glue on your actual lash line instead of putting it on the eyelash, and actually I feel like I've got it on way easier than how I have in the past, so I'm definitely going to keep doing that technique. But yeah, actually, yeah, genuinely I think I got the eyelashes on better than I probably ever have done in the past. I'm just going to put a little bit of setting spray on. So this is the Glass Glow Fix Ultimate Glow 3D Fixing Spray, and then that's it, finished look. Wow, that just launched out of my hand onto the floor. There you go, this is a full face of Revolution, and it's actually a full face. I feel like a lot of time when people do one brand looks, they'll always skip something, but I've not skipped anything. All of this is Revolution products. Even the bloody false eyelashes are Revolution products. This is what I mean, I don't want to do one brand looks unless I have everything for every aspect. So like I can't do a L'Oreal one at the moment because I still need an eyeshadow palette and I still need some brow products, probably a new mascara from them as well, but L'Oreal is probably going to be the next one I do because I've definitely got base products for L'Oreal. I've got a lot of stuff for L'Oreal and I just really want to do them next, so that'll probably be the next one brand look once I can get my hold on the rest of the products that I don't have. But I'm actually pretty happy with how this makeup turned out. I mean, it's nothing too adventurous, it's pretty simple, just kind of like a brown smoky coppery look. Nude lip, nice matte base. I feel like pretty simple, but I feel like it turned out pretty good. I feel like Revolution overall has really good quality products. Not every single thing they do I'm mad about, but overall I feel like, considering how this makeup turned out just using Revolution, It's a pretty good brand. It's definitely one of my favourites, if not my favourite makeup brand that's out there. So there we go, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.